Hi, welcome to my blog for a new edition today. So we will deal with joining in Power Query that is within the loading process in our Power BI tool. So what I have to do first is that I have to switch to the Power Query editor. So I will just click here and then just say transform data and the Power Query editor is opening. So right now I don't have any queries in this file. So I just click here on new source and I have some prepared test data in an Excel workbook. I will provide that again in the blog feed. You can just download it, and it's called Power BI Base Data. And we have a product table here, for example, with product number, name, price, and reference to product group, which we have here. And we have a product group table where we have again the product group number and the name of the product group. So I will import these two tables. And if we have it like that, then we have, of course, later on two separate tables and we can work with that. So maybe we just want to reduce the number of tables in our model just to keep it a little bit smaller. So it's more handy for the users. And for that, we decided that we just want to put, because we don't have so much information in our product group table, but we have a column here which is called name, which is the name of the product group. And we just want to put it in this table as a new column. So the user later on can work with a product table and has also the information in it, which product group is it, and what's the name of that product group. And in order to do that, we have to merge queries. That's what it's called. You find it here if you go on the Home tab, and then you can just take a look here at the merge queries. You can just open it, and you have two options here. Merge queries means that, for example, right now we have selected the product table, and if we merge the product group table right now, that means that we take in this case, the name column of the product group, and that we merge it here into the product table. That's one option. The other option is merge queries as a new query. That means as a result, we don't have these two queries, but then we have a third query, and the result of the merge or of the join we will see in the third or in the new table. So what I want to do right now, I just want to append this column here to the other table. That's pretty much what I want to do. Normally, in relational databases, for example, you are performing a join here. And in Power BI, it's pretty much the same. When you're performing a join, you always have two tables, and you have to provide, well, a column from each table, which can be used for assigning the rows from the one table to the rows of the other table. In our example here, we will use the product group number. So we have, for each product, we have a product group number here, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if I go to the product group table, I see the definition or the names for 6 product groups. So Power BI just runs through this table row by row, and it's just looking, what product group number do I have here? It's a 1, so I will assign the row with the product group number 1 from the other table. I will assign that row to the first row here. And then, for example, we have in this row, we have product group number 3. So the number or the row with the product group number 3 is taken from the other table and assigned to that row here. And that's pretty much what a join does, and that is pretty much what we will do right now here. So I will just select the product table, and then I just click on merge queries. A new window opens right now, The pre-selected table we see here in the top. We see also 5 rows of that table. And then here in this combo box, you can just select another table or query. So you see all the queries you have in your model and you can just select one. So in our case, it's pretty simple because we only have another table. So we take the product group. And also here we see 5 rows. We see all the columns. And so we have selected the tables right now. And now we have to select the columns which are used for assigning the rows. So we just click here on the product group number column in the product table. You see right now it's in a light gray tone. And then we do the same here in the product group table. So now we've selected those 2 columns. If you want, you can change it. So just by clicking on the column you need. Then there's the join kind, which is normally the left outer join. That means all the rows from the product table are taken and Power BI tries to assign a row from the other table. If it finds one, then it's assigned and we see it here. If it doesn't find one, then nothing is assigned and it's just empty. That's the left outer join. You can do an inner join, which means only the rows are taken which which could have been assigned another row to. So if it doesn't find a row in the other table for one specific row here, then we don't see this row in the result. So that's pretty much the inner join compared with the left outer join. We also have the right outer join. That means that all rows from the product group table are taken and the rows from the product table are assigned to. We have the full outer join, which is a combination of these two. And we have the anti-joins, which means show us the rows that couldn't be assigned to a row from the other table. So what we need here is a left outer join. Again, we just take all the rows from the first table, from the product table, and try to assign a row from the second table. If it works, well, then it's fine. If it doesn't work, we see the row from the first table, but the columns of the other table are empty then. So we just can click here and say OK. And in the first step, our result just contains information that we have some row or rows assigned. This is why we have the table here. In this case, it's always only one row, but in the reality, there are sometimes cases where there are more than one row which can be assigned. And so that's why it says table here and not just row. But right now we just want to see the columns and the values of these rows. So we have to do a second step, which is we are just clicking here on this symbol here. And we select the first option, which is expand. And now we can say what columns from the other table we want to see here. We don't need the product group because we already have it here, but I want to see the name. So I just take the name. And the original column name as a prefix, I don't want that. I just want to have this name here. So I just uncheck that checkbox and we say just OK. And so right now we have the name here, which was taken from the other table and was assigned here. And so right now we have the names of the product groups in our product table as well. Later on, we can just hide this product group table. We cannot delete it because it's still needed to import the data to the model. And then the data is taken from here and assigned here to the product table, but we cannot delete it. If we would do that, it doesn't work any longer, then we receive error messages. So we have to leave it here in our model, but later on in the reporting, we can just hide this table and the user doesn't see it. So that's what we will do here. So that's pretty much, well, the joining thing in Power BI here. I hope you find it quite interesting. And again, I will upload this Excel file and also this Power BI file to the blog post. You can download it and try it yourself if you want to. And hopefully I see you again next week in a new edition of my blog.